Oh, look at that fade! Hello, everybody. Second Breath team here. How have you all been?
Good evening for those that might be in my time zone. Good morning to Elkavash.
Hey everyone.
So, yeah. Hope everybody's had a good week. We figured we would not deny you the joy of following us on our intrepid adventures. I don't even know what that word means, but I'm assuming it's applicable. So yeah, we'd managed to schedule it earlier, and a longer session, so I'm really hyped. This music's really good. Kind of really enjoying it.
I'm thoroughly excited to see how we will progress this evening.
Yes. Yeah. You right there,
About 20 seconds left.
Cool.
I love how we're like pausing the beginning because we're just like loving the little intro. Sorry, yeah, Zix, I cut you off there, buddy. Didn't mean to.
How dare you?
Ooh.
It's not like it's your stream or anything.
Oh, come on, guys. It's our stream. We're like a streaming family. I'm obviously the orphan you took in and now regret, but it's too late now. I've got the papers.
You rang.
Oh no, where am I going?
So, hello everyone. Hi, viewers. Oh, geez. It's early morning. I haven't had a coffee yet.
Wow.
Last we left off, the the team met some very ominous personages, and we're going to go through a tea leaving again. I'm liking that as a little tradition. I'll keep doing that, I think. The logs for the Obsidian portal haven't yet been updated. Again, hopefully, if Plucky listened to me last stream, he would have added that to the stream. The description of the stream at the moment.
Yeah.
Anything else important to talk about? The links will be around. Obsidian portal, you can look us up. Second Breath. We're not a private game, so you can find us just by looking. It's got all the characters posted up there. We're trying to keep the sheets updated. Nobody has spent experience yet, as far as I am aware. Not that they have much of it to spend at the moment.
I'm rolling in 21 experience, dude. That's loads.
Just.
They must never know.
So, unless anyone's got anything to talk about or questions to ask, we might jump into our tea leaving. If you wouldn't, Plucky, take us away.
If you give me 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail, I'm going to try and do something that's going to be awesome. Where is it? No, that needs to be bigger. Bear with me, I'm putting the website onto the thing. It's going to be amazing, folks. Select font, let's make it bigger. Bigger the better, eh? Let's do that. Bold. Colour. I think we'll go for a dark colour so it shows up. Oh, look at that! It's just beneath our names. There you go. Second Breath Obsidian Portal, folks. Check out our logs. So this will be a recap of episode 3, Second Breath, naturally. Toshima Umaza here with another tea leaving special. So we found ourselves underway. Sails furled, captain at the helm, when Cheshire reveals his other mask, a more creepy side to the Fae, causing existential fear amongst the crew and newly adopted members of the Flirtatious Muse. Captain spirals into a depression and goes into his cabin. Meanwhile, Etzer is preyed upon by Cheshire. What the hell is he doing to him? What is he feeding on? Oh my, I can't look. But it's all better in the morning, and we sail on to our destination of Cheru. I like it because it has cheer in the name, and I'm a very cheerful person. But what's that on the horizon? Oh my gosh. It's a fleet. Yashir's fleet, and they're blockading the port. What will we do? Fortunately, we have Etzer, an experienced mind and tactical genius that helps navigate the technicalities of Yashir's aggression. Whipping up confidence in the crew and the captain, he helps navigate this course with ease. Captain hides away his beloved in a wooden box, which impresses Etzer for some reason. Of course, we're talking about his new sword, folks. And we meet an interesting character that may or may not come back in our futures. The tea leaves are a bit musty. It's, of course, Kashmir. We don't get into a fight, probably to the disappointment of Etzer, and we make sail for a new port. What is Yasir doing with Cheru? Will we actually make it to another port? Will there be danger on the high seas? Find out now in Second Breath. Did I miss anything? I don't know. I mean, I do these like I don't have a script or anything, so I mean, we're relying on my memory.
I think we got it all.
Yeah.
Keep the curtain closed. The man behind the curtain doesn't exist.
Okay, you can see. Oh gosh. So, I believe we ended up in a cliffhanger, didn't we? As I just checked my scrapbooks and found out that the last time this happened was when Palanquin? Is it Palanquin? Palanquin? Palanquin. I call it Palanquin. It's just my accent. Palanquin. Got annexed. So I was just about to reveal this to Etzer. But I don't know if you wanted to do anything else with this scene setting out.
So Captain Ash has been poring over his logbooks and his notes and his assorted lore from the Dreaming Sea. With Etzer and Cheshire looking on in amazement as the good captain shows the breadth of knowledge and paperwork, almost unseen in this particular area. Very, very studious, keeping record of almost everything. He's, despite his lack of a keen memory himself, his written records are impeccable. What he finds, however, disturbs him. He gives Etzer a strong, almost fearful glance. But Etzer, having followed the trail of the good captain's thoughts, is likely to have arrived at the same conclusion anyway. No words needing to be spared between them. The only one really left out in the loop here is Cheshire.
Cheshire can be found on the deck of the ship, still letting the breeze run through his hair, smelling the salt off the water, and kind of keeping his distance away from people.
Etzer, my good man, shall we bring this grave news to our companions? Maybe some of the crew will know if this is going to be a prelude to war on the seas. I guess we should prepare ourselves and make plans for how we wish to respond.
Yes, but I think we should make plans first and then inform the crew. Too many captains cannot lead an army successfully. I suggest that we call in Saren and Cheshire and hash this out ourselves.
I beckon to bring Saren over and Cheshire, would you join us for some drinks in my cabin?
Cheshire kind of jumps and turns around and says, "Sure, be right over."
Saren practically marches in, her hands clasped behind her back in her usual serious stance. And walks inside. Captain?
Saren, I know we're no stranger to the occasional blockades, but I think this is far more serious than just a disagreement or marauders or people trying to extort trade from a sleepy port town. If I'm right, this will be like what happened to Peliquin when it was annexed. And given the distance from Yashir, I can only draw the conclusion that this may be a opening gambit in an aggressive expansion plan. I mean, I don't have all the details, but I think the seas could get very rough and very dangerous soon, so I think we should plan ahead and take advantage of while we have an expert on the nation.
And this is why I advocated for such bold plans involving our cargo and the quote-unquote ambassador they sent to speak with us. They already control one end of the Dreaming Sea. If they're making the play up here, they're trying to choke off the other end. Once they have both points, they're just going to squeeze everything in between both. But this is why we need to make sure that we stop them here, huh? Pull it out at the root.
Is that the route, the embargo that they might have on this city? Or would we have to make our way further in order to find the source?
I mean, I can't speak. I don't believe I've heard word of any other Yashir embargoes or things. I believe that this is probably an attempt at setting up a foothold in this region. Shiru is a good place to have supply lines and supply further expansion on. And if they wanted to be a great place to launch a naval campaign if they wish to expand onwards from Shuri.
Not to mention, I found his questions about Champor very suspicious, especially considering what he's currently involved in. This place may be, it's only a day away, this might be their staging point for a larger invasion against your former home, Cheshire.
Well, even though the Knighted City was just assaulted by a thunderstorm, I don't think the goddess would take that very kindly. But I don't appreciate anyone targeting my home.
Well,
so what do you propose?
Sorry, go on, Cheshire. Sorry.
Do we make our stand here? Do we try to infiltrate their ranks and get to the highest point possible for their personnel? Maybe a manipulative tactic? Get into their heads?
Well,
sorry about that.
So, no,
I didn't see it going.
While they're talking, I'll open up a barrel and it will reveal loads of different sort of drinks, and it start getting out its little wooden thing, mixing in some spices and herbs, swirling around the drinks and handing them out. For Cheshire, a very citrusy, upbeat, with a little bit of spice. For Culture Shock, a more refined, dark, almost brooding sort of mood drink to stimulate thoughts and reflection. And for myself, a very sharp drink that sort of would alert somebody.
Does Saren get anything?
Saren gets a usual. It's the most exquisite, almost golden, silky smooth, creamy, rich liqueur that just rolls into the tongue and runs down the throat.
Ooh, Captain, I dare say your woodworking skills is not quite matched by your cooking, but damn near. As he takes a sip, enjoying the citrus flavor that tickles his lips.
Well, I did invite you for drinks. It'd be rude for it to be just a subterfuge. I don't like being dishonest, you see. And I like to make sure my guests feel comfortable. And my friends.
Oh, but now I feel so like I'm putting you out. I've come in unknowing that we were going to have a party, and I didn't bring anything for the host.
Well, it's, you've brought a whole itinerary of things to do. I mean, I bring the drinks, but you've brought the activities.
So I'll ask again, Etzer. What do you propose? Should we try to use our newfound contact to get higher up in the food chain? Maybe try to persuade them to release the embargo? Or go for a more brute force method? It's not a particular fancy of mine, but it can be effective.
I think charging head on is a little foolhardy at this point, although I'm not one to shy away from a fight. At the very least, I think we should. I have some capital of my own at my disposal. We should sail to a nearby city and try to acquire some supplies, food, things, provisions that will last long. The longer this siege goes on, the longer our enemy's plans are thwarted.
What to do? So I don't imagine we are going to change our heading, but if we try to approach again, we'll simply be stopped.
Well, on my obviously getting away from the blockade will present difficulties. So I think our plan of making landfall at a port up the coast from Shiru and then transporting the goods on land would be the best bet, and gathering the supplies from Bear. Sorry, what's the it's Bear something, wasn't it? We were heading to.
It was, and I have misplaced my notes on that. For the moment, we'll call it Vorai.
Vorai, of course.
Yes, you had earlier when you had come into this discussion, you had selected Vorai as a place to make landfall. It was a little further away, would take a bit more time to get back up the coast, but it would afford you much better economy on any foodstuffs or provisions you wish to pick up along the way to provide to the good people of Drew.
Yeah. So, are we agreed? Do we press on to that port, get supplies, and then try and deliver them over land?
No defense is perfect. And when you see our sailors, I'm sure their land-based has several holes in it that we can exploit, get through.
And if not, we'd get a lay of the land at least and know what the actual true situation was. A different perspective is often useful in these kind of endeavours.
I'm game for whatever you two want to go on.
I know this does delay your business in Champort, Cheshire, but we will get round to it. It's just, I think I'm kind of anxious to resolve this issue, and if the seas are about to get more choppy, I want to be ahead of the storm rather than caught in it.
Fair enough.
I, for one, don't want to stay away from Trampor for too long either. I need to know what happens to my contact and Cheshire's father, and I think we should possibly warn them about Ysir's ambitions in the area.
Mayhap they would have connections to other individuals that could rally to our side. A lone vessel trying to stop a blockade is near suicidal, I'd imagine. But mayhap there are allies that we could exploit.
Oh, maybe we can solve both of our problems at once. We need to sail back to a port that can provide us with carts and wagons and horses to haul them, someplace to acquire more goods. We also need to go back to Champor, which is conveniently just one day away. I don't see why we can't go there, reprovision, and then go overland.
I'm not sure on how well stocked Champor would be for food. It's the Dark City. I don't know if it grows much produce. I'm not sure. Let me consult my law books.
Champor is essentially the trade hub for the rest of the Dreaming Sea. Not that everyone necessarily does trade with Champor, but if you want anything from an area outside, you either have to go through the Dragon-Blooded of Prasad or you go through Champor. And purchasing goods from the Dragon-Blood of Prasad comes with a lot of strings that a lot of people don't want to have to deal with. And so Champor has become the hub of trade for anything going in or out of the Dreaming Sea.
Well, I guess we're going to make our way back to Champor then. Hopefully we'll have a little... Wait, oh, wait, sir. Don't we have that little issue of the docking fees, Seren?
Yes, Captain, not so much a little concern anymore, but if our good friend does have some spare capital, perhaps we could come to some arrangement, but it would cut into the available funds to procure provisions for Chiru.
Well, the way I see it then, we go to a port where we can avoid the issue of the docking fees and acquire cheaper cargo, or we go to Champor, but have that eat into our resources for this little adventure.
Well, Etzer, you seem like a man of significant position. Would we be able to ask for your assistance with the docking fee?
Well, you have helped me immeasurably in the few days that we've met each other, or known each other. If it's something I'm capable of doing, I'd be happy to help. Exactly how much do you owe the city?
Ash sort of almost shrugs and then expectantly looks at Seren.
Seren recites numerous events wherein they had made... excuse me one moment.
The dreaded sneeze strikes again.
Seren recites a number of circumstances wherein they had made port at Champor, and through sometimes utterly random circumstance, unfortunately unavoidable, sometimes deliberately rushed, that they have avoided paying necessary docking fees. All told, you're looking at a sum of money that in game terms would be equivalent to maybe a resources 3 purchase to pay it all back.
Wow.
But our cargo, the money from our cargo that we've got on once we get to Shuru should cover that fees
And more,
and more. Okay.
I would.
provided we ever get to
love-
Shuru to pass it on.
I would love to help, but